Good morning and greetings from Jerusalem. Jane, standing here in my room in Jerusalem. It's a little bit strange because today kind of feels a little bit like a normal day. What do you mean by that? Well, for the last couple of days, Iran has been waking us up between 6 and 7, firing ballistic missiles into Israel. And we wake up with the early missile warning, and then people have a couple of minutes to seek shelter before the siren went off. But not today. Last night I went to bed early. I was tired. I will get back to what I have been through for the last couple of days. So I went to bed early. Around 11 o'clock, I did hear the early warning going off on my phone. But for the first time ever, I just slept. I just passed out. I slept. I didn't hear anything. They were sending missiles with, I think it's called cluster bombs, where the missiles is separating into many munitions then fell. I shared it on my Telegram channel, but it was not in Jerusalem, so I managed to sleep. I woke up early this morning, I showered, I did my laundry. My laundry is outside in the beautiful sunny day here in Jerusalem, and as of now, around 10 o'clock, we have not had ballistic missile today. As you know, Hezbollah joined the war against Israel, and the Israeli military announced that since Hezbollah joined the war, IDF has struck over 500 targets in Lebanon. This includes top Hezbollah commanders, members of their elite force, rocket launchers, command centers, weapon depots, as well as members of other terror groups and their infrastructure. In southern Lebanon, the military estimate that about 420,000 people in the south of Lebanon has evacuated their home after the IDF sent out evacuation orders. So as you know, we are not just at war with Iran, but also with Hezbollah. And Hezbollah are firing drones and rockets, especially into the northern part of Israel. The IDF has complete air superiority in Iran together with the Americans, and they are just bombing away. They have hit thousands and thousands and thousands of targets in Iran. The Americans are taking out the Navy in Iran. So it's been quite impressive to see the work of the Israeli military and the American military taking out the world's main leader of terrorism in the world, bringing liberty and freedom to the people of Iran. So for those of you who follow my social media, you have seen that I have been out and about. And the day before yesterday, I live in East Jerusalem right now, so I was taking the bus to the light rail. And as I'm waiting to take the light rail, the missile warning is coming in. The train pulls up and everybody's being told to get out of the train. And we were waiting to see, is there a siren coming? There was not. And after a certain amount of time, people are being allowed to get back on the train. So we got back on the train and we barely made it 2 or 3 stops. And here comes the second missile warning in less than 5 minutes. So the train pulls into the stop in Bet Hanina, which is an Arab area here in East Jerusalem. And I recorded a video showing I'm in the light rail. Right now, there's a missile warning. People are just waiting. Some people got out of the train. A lot of people actually stayed on the light rail. But where are you supposed to go? There are no bomb shelters around. And then the missile went, or the siren went off in Jerusalem, and I'm filming all of this. And we could hear the loud explosion from the interceptions. After a while, we are allowed back into the train, and then we drive down 1 minute to the mall in Pisgat Sav. I had just crossed the street and said hello to the security guy, getting ready to go through security. And for the third time in 20 minutes, the siren started wailing with ballistic missiles coming into Jerusalem. And again, I filmed it where you can see people are running, getting out of their cars and running for shelter inside the mall, and they actually closed the doors. So I go in when there's an all clear, and I got this new turquoise cover from my new phone, and I did a couple of videos showing what it looks like in the mall what stores are open, what stores are closed. I filmed a little bit in the supermarket so you can see that we don't lack anything. There were fully stocked shelves. And then I go out, I take the train back to my station, and as I'm waiting to take the bus home, the fourth ballistic missile alert was coming on my phone, and then we had the interception. I got it on video flying over my head. So that was the day before yesterday, being out and about, doing errands for myself, but also filming and showing you what is life like in Israel when in one way, you're trying to be normal, but at any given moment, the siren can go off and then you're under missile attack from the brutal regime in Iran. So that happened 4 times while I was out and about. Yesterday, it was a little bit more quiet. There were one waking us up in the morning yesterday. And then I had just gone to the supermarket yesterday afternoon, and the supermarket is full. It's in East Jerusalem. There are many Arabs living here, and so it was a mix of Jews and Arabs and Danish blogger all out shopping, and then our phones are blowing up, missile warning again, and then they tell us everybody need to evacuate out of the supermarket, down in the basement in the parking garage where there also is a bomb shelter. As we are going down the stairs, I didn't get it on video, but as we are going down the stairs, I'm walking behind a father who is holding a toddler, and then he has 2 small children also going down the stairs who has to go for cover. I can't even imagine what it's like to have children in this scenario where we are under attack at any given moment. It's being in the midst of this, because someone said, "Are you afraid?" No, I'm not. I'm not afraid of being here. I'm not afraid of living here. I'm not afraid of the missiles. I don't go to a bomb shelter. We don't have one in this apartment. It's below us, a small place that's not equipped with anything. And I go out and film because that's why I'm here, to show you what it's like, to describe what it's like. I just wrote a new article coming out within the next few days on Jerusalem Post, and I'm already starting the next one, what it's like to be here, to go in the shower, to go to the supermarkets, to sit on the toilet, and the siren goes off. So while I'm not afraid of doing this and being here, it still affects. It still goes in. You're more tired. Maybe some people are more irritable. Some people don't eat. Some people eat more. Some people drink more. Some people smoke more. It's just everybody reacts in their different way. And it also depending on who you are and what trauma you have already been through and what you carry. Do you have a family? Are you single? Are you going through the things alone? Where do you live? Do you have what you need? So there are so many aspects that impacts how people react individually. So, and that is individually, and I will react in one way, and then the next person will react in a completely different way, but it depends on what do you already carry, what have you already been through, and what are your circumstances going through all of this. I want to end by saying, pray for Israel, because this is a battle between good and evil, light and darkness, God and Satan. This is a battle between principalities that you don't see with your common eye, and that's why prayer makes such a difference. Thank you to the American president. Thank you to the Israeli prime minister for being bold and courageous and strong and have the guts to do what needs to be done against this brutal regime who has been murdering their own people by the numbers of thousands and thousands and thousands, and who's the main sponsor of terrorism to Hezbollah and to Hamas, wanted to annihilate the Jewish people, and also through the years many attack against America. May God bless the soldiers from the United States military. I'm sending condolences to the soldiers who was killed in battle. May God bless the Israeli soldiers, the 2 nations that's standing together as one right now. But he who was over Israel neither nor slumber nor sleep. And this is the Holy Land. This is the Promised Land. This is the land of the Bible, who's right now defending themselves against Iran and all of their proxies, who wants to annihilate the Jewish people. So don't think this has nothing to do with you. Just don't sit and watch wherever you are and be passive. Be a watchman on the wall. Be a warrior for Israel. Be a voice for Israel. Be an advocate for Israel. Be a prayer partners and warriors standing in the gap for Israel at this time, because your prayers matter. Right now, the skies, the only plane coming into Israel are Israelis who has been stranded abroad. They are coming home on planes. There were talks about that slowly, the airport might open up tomorrow, Sunday, and there were some rumors out about you can't bring your big luggage, you can only be 50 on the plane. But I did not see a final confirmation from the transport ministry here in Israel, so I don't know the exact details. When I do, of course, I will share it on all my social media. There's a lot of tourists in this country who want to go home, so I will do the best that I can when I have that information available. Shabbat Shalom from my home here in Jerusalem. May God bless you, each and every one of you, for standing with Israel at this time. Pray for the American president. Pray for the Israeli prime minister, that they will have the courage to continue to do what needs to be done in order to eradicate this evil regime and bring freedom to the people of Iran and cut the head of this terrorism state that has brought so much destruction here to Israel and around the world. United, we stand with Israel. Bye.